Okay, so carrying on. Now this is Tremonti Bleak, man. Never heard this one before. We just came off a really cool song, Native Son. I actually really like that song, that Native Son by Alter Bridge. Very, very cool. Before that, we did Bringer of War by Tremonti, and then we did Alter Bridge, One Day Remains by, obviously by Alter Bridge. And then you can, if you're only joining us now on this video, you can go back and start from there. As you know, Rock Empire Fridays are absolutely awesome. It's a slightly extended one this Friday. We're doing 8 today. So yeah, for those of you who love Alter Bridge and Tremonti, you guys are going to love this. So let's rock and roll, man. Let's see what we got. Tremonti Bleak, let's go.
Just like your father, cruel just like the day is long.
Who's he talking to?
Falling farther,
himself?
dropping like you're made of stone. The space between us, growing like you know it can. You're like the dreamers, never thought it'll ever end. Until it ends. Could it be a bleak point of view? Within me, I was killing you. So when you die, wanting more, you see the tragedy make no sense at all.
Ooh, this is fire. I'm trying to understand there. I mean, the very beginning line was actually quite a telling line with regards to you just like your father, right? And then you're going to fall like a stone, essentially. I'm not entirely sure if he's actually speaking to himself or if it's kind of like in a relationship where that's something that's thrown in somebody's face. I'm not entirely sure. But as like the sound says, it's like everything sort of feels bleak, but it isn't. It's literally just your mind, your mindset. It's how your mind's playing with you. I don't know. I'm literally just speculating at the time, but let's carry on.
You see the tragedy make no sense at all. No sense at all. You're going under, currents pulling way too strong.
Ooh!
You're torn asunder, placed right back where you belong. You break the silence, sliding backward once again.
Ooh!
Resort to violence.
That resorting to violence, right, where you actually cannot contain your emotions, where you can't control and channel your emotions in the correct way, that over there just comes from the inability to see the world in a realistic fashion, right? It's the inability to see truth, because if you know what truth is and you hold yourself accountable to everything in your life, all right, there will never be a need for you to resort to violence outside of someone having to, or someone sort of attacking you, right? Or trying to inflict harm on you. Because you should never be the first one to sort of resort to violence because you're angry. That just means there's something unresolved. It means you cannot control your own feelings, right? Which means you're not taking accountability for your own fucking life. And now you need to project that onto somebody else. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very important. And this is why I say it's important to have a strong body so that other people don't harm you, but a strong mind so that you don't harm yourself. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I like that. I like this song though. It's a bit dark, but I like it.
Could it be a bleak point of view? What's left
this part.
The lessons I've learned, you've grown cold and I'm concerned. The point that I make, there comes a time when we all break. Now here at last, the time gone. Remain the fool, the victim of life. It would likely beat you.
Remain the fool, remain the victim of life, right? If you see yourself in that way, it is just, there's no ways you can succeed. If you see yourself as the victim the entire time, right? And you don't have any self-accountability, and you don't have individualism, and you think like the herd, you will remain with the fucking herd, and you will not move forward. You will always go where greater people tell you to go. That is just the way it is. You either step up, fight against the grain, and take charge of your life, or sit there and be like, well, life is tough, the system, the this, the that, the whatever else, and just stay stuck in the herd and listen to the people that are consistently pushing you down with no individualism. They want you to think as a collective. Do you know what I mean? It's the worst thing you can do to somebody. It's the worst way to actually cage someone, right? Is to literally tell them that in the world that we have today, which is by far the best world we've ever lived, and if you actually think that that's that you don't agree with that, then give me a time in history that you would rather go back to. Give me a time in history where it was better. Give me a time in history where the medical faculty was better. Give me a time in history where the human rights was better. Give me a time in history where the average age was better in terms of like what do you call that damn thing? Why am I just blanking out now on that fucking thing? Average life expectancy was better. Give me a time in history where there wasn't consistent sort of barbarism and fighting with this one and that. Maybe we're getting back to that, I don't know, right? But this is the best time we've ever lived, with far more opportunities for far more people, right? And with information at your fingertips, all you need to do is just fucking try. You know what I mean? So it's all in your own fucking hands. If you want to be a victim, it's because you choose to be one. Let's go.
Life it would likely beat you down.
Not to say that there aren't real victims. Not to say that there aren't real victims. But I'll tell you one thing, it's not on your side of the fucking world, right? It could be in Africa. Yes, I've seen many victims. I've seen many people that literally have been completely subjugated and are still being subjugated. But what is supposed to be their friends, their government that cares for them, they don't. They don't. Spoiler alert, they don't give a fuck about them, right? We're talking about real abject poverty. Really no opportunities and no way to sort of like get out of the situation that they're in, right? But if you're somebody who's got a phone, a roof over your head, right, and you've got information at your fingertips, you've got accessibility to water, you've got accessibility to electricity, and you're not in any way living in the abject poverty that quite a lot of people live around the world, you're not a victim, right? And I don't want to hear your stories, and I don't think anybody else. No one cares. Try harder.
You down. At least the fight is over now. It's over now. Could it be a bleak point of view? What's lifting me, oh, it's killing you. So when you die, left wanting more, you see the tragedy made no sense at all.
Ooh. The drumming, Tremonti's drumming's fire all the time. Their drumming, I've said this 1,000 times, is so potent. Anyway, very cool track. Very cool track. They've all been absolutely amazing tracks so far. Do you know what I mean? I'm still trying to pick one that's my favorite. I don't know. They all seem to be so damn good. I think my favorite would be One Day. And then Native Son might be my second favorite. I think Alter Bridge is edging Tremonti out on this one for me at the moment. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to the very next one. I'll catch you shortly. Peace.